Hi, Dr. Calhoun. First, I'm going to talk about the takeaways from this course in terms of higher ed leadership. So, prior to this course, I didn't know a lot about leadership theories and styles, and it was actually interesting looking back at the reflection that I wrote in the beginning of the semester and seeing how I was able to discover and learn about concepts that I talked about that I lacked in that. So I wrote in that original reflection, when I think of a leader, I think of someone who is not only in charge, but also someone who others can look to for advice and assistance in decision making, mentorship, and communication. I think the purpose of leadership is to help guide others to success by achieving their goals. For example, leaders in higher education can help students be successful in the completion of their degree, and higher education leaders have influence on their students and use their influence to guide their students to success. So after looking at this statement, I can see several applicable leadership styles that we learned about in this course. For example, I see relational leadership when I think about mentorship and leading as an advisor does. And I think about how leaders influence their students, which I discussed. I see several applicable leadership styles that we learned about this semester, including Theory Y, moral leadership, interactive leadership, and relational leadership. So a couple other things that I took away from this course were I really liked the Nordhaus book and how we learned about different leadership theories and styles, and then we applied them to higher education. Also, I think I have improved a lot in terms of APA use because prior to this beginning of this program, Tier 1, I didn't have a lot of APA experience. And so just the more practice and papers that I write and have to use APA style, it's really helped for me to improve in my APA. A couple of theories that resonated the most with me are situational leadership and relational leadership. And I can definitely see myself using both of these as a leader in higher education. So situational leadership is imperative to working with students, which I hope to be able to do one day as a higher ed leader. And because different situations require different needs of leadership. And also students, faculty, and staff need varying styles and degrees of leadership to be successful in different situations. Some individuals might need coaching, while others need more direction and support. I hope to be an administrator one day in the near future, and I know that relational leadership will be very important in the role as an administrator. So many institutions in higher ed share several common goals, which include increasing graduation rates, attracting diverse students, and becoming a top-tier university. These goals can't be reached without relational leadership. The leaders and the followers are both important to reaching the goals, and so the relationship is very important. In relational leadership, both leaders and followers have to understand the goals, and they have to all be committed to actually achieving them and being successful in achieving these goals. So the leaders and followers in the relationship, such as administrators and faculty and staff, empower each other to reach these common goals. So some main takeaways from the course in terms of being a Tier 2 doctoral student. So prior to this semester, I really had no idea about the amount of workload that would go into being a Tier 2 doctoral student, but I've definitely enjoyed this semester and figured out how to adjust and come up with a good process for making sure I can get everything done. I try to do a little bit during the weekdays and then carve out my weekends, several hours on Saturday and Sunday. And then, of course, sometimes I have to work at night to keep up, and I try not to procrastinate too much, but that hasn't always been the case. The dissertation journey book was very helpful, and we had to read several chapters for this class and several for the research sim class, and I really enjoyed reading it and being able to go ahead and get prepared for working towards a dissertation. And the assignments for the paper in your class were also helpful because I was able to practice my APA knowledge, which I discussed, and the topic that I used for this course is similar to what I hope to do for my dissertation, which will be looking at pass-fail grading and how it affects conceptualization in medical students. So I didn't really get into that in this class. I saved that for research sim, so there could be a difference. And through the assignments in this course, it really helped me to dig more into the literature and look at other aspects and be able to add to hopefully my literature review for my dissertation. And the knowledge that I gained in this course will help me through the rest of the EDD program and in my career. Without understanding different leadership theories and styles, I can't truly define myself as a leader and grow as a leader in education. So that's it. I really enjoyed this semester, and I'm sure I will see you again in a semester in the future. Thanks. Bye.